Okay. In order to be universal, you have to be rooted within your own culture. That was a quote by Abbas Kiarostami, and it resonated with me because it really showed me that we are all made up of the culture and the experiences that we surround ourselves with. Today, I will inform you how my Mexican heritage, one, influenced my family values, two, influenced my work ethic and my perseverance, and three, influenced my own cultural identity and my pride. When I think of my family values, I think about how tight-knit my family is, and I think about random family gatherings or holidays like Christmas and Thanksgiving spent together. I also think about traditions started, like spending the New Year's Eve at my house, and how it's become a big event in my family the last few years. It's reminded me that my family will always be there for big occasions. However, I'm also aware now as I got older that my family will be there for the smaller occasions as well. What I mean by that is as I have gotten older and as my grandparents have gotten older, I have been able to see my parents and my family members step up to support them the same way that they supported us when we were younger. And that reminds me that my family wasn't just something that I was born into, it was a support system that I carry with me for the rest of my life. Um, Firstly, I have just explained how my Mexican heritage has influenced my own family values. Secondly, I will now explain how it has influenced my own work ethic and my perseverance. When I think about my work ethic, I think about the sacrifices my own family has made for me since I was younger. Um, I'm reminded of when I was about to start kindergarten, my dad left his job as a mechanic to be able to work in the same school district that I would soon attend. And it gave him a flexible schedule to be there for big moments like award ceremonies and field trips. I can also think about how when my parents were busy working, my grandparents would step up to take me to school or pick me up from school and overall just be there for me for whatever I needed. I'm reminded by this that I'm proud of who my family is, and later in life, this made me want to make them proud as well. I've always excelled in my studies and I've always done everything to the best of my ability. And even now, as I pursue a higher education, I want to make sure that my family knows that their own sacrifices were worth it. I have just explained how my Mexican heritage has impacted my own work ethic and perseverance. And finally, I will explain how it has impacted my own cultural identity and my pride. When I think of my cultural identity, I think of being raised around my grandparents a lot and speaking a lot of Spanish. As I started school and I started to be in more social settings, I would primarily speak more English. Being able to understand which situations and environments I could speak Spanish as opposed to speaking English and vice versa helped me feel connected to both my cultures, as I felt really prideful in being able to communicate in two different languages. And when I felt pride in my family, I automatically think about like family gatherings when I was able to see my family interacting with each other, talking, laughing, being themselves. And it reminded me of all the traditions that they would be passing down to me. In conclusion, my own Mexican heritage has impacted the way I value my family, the way I approach my hard work and with perseverance. And finally, it has also impacted the way I see my own cultural identity. And it's made me feel more prideful in being who I am. One thing that I hope people could take away from this is that your culture and your background isn't just part of your past, it's a foundation for your own future. And I feel as though the more you know about your background, the better you learn to understand who you are. Thank you.